Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. And yes, what a day. The second royal racist has been identified. I mistakenly thought that they were targeting Princess Michael when I did my reading yesterday as the second one, the first one being of course the king himself. But no, now today it has emerged again from the Dutch journalist who broke the story in the first place that the second one is Catherine. And I saw this a long time ago when I first read on the story, when it first emerged that this was the tack that Omid was going to take in his book. The list of chapters came out, the royal racist and all of that nonsense. And I saw in my reading then that they were going to identify and blame Catherine. And now it seems as if this is what has happened in the book. So we're going to be looking at it today. First of all, a quick little 5-card reading just on her current mood, how she's doing. I'm using the Tarot of the Abyss for this reading for obvious reasons. And then we're going to look at Prince William in the longer reading of today, and that's going to be how he's feeling and what he's going to do to respond, if he can respond at all. We'll keep looking at the story as the days go by. I want to know about Harry, how he's doing, Meghan, how she's doing, what it's going to do to them. Right now, though, all eyes are pretty much on poor old Catherine, the Princess of Wales, the innocent victim of this book that really, in my opinion, is absolutely evil, vicious, uncalled for, unprovoked attack on this poor woman who has literally done nothing wrong except not take to Meghan Markle when Meghan Markle showed up. And really, her instincts were right on point, in my opinion, and many other people's opinions too. She didn't like her. She was right not to like her. And she's paying a terrible price right now for not liking somebody who really is a real vicious piece of work, and that is my personal opinion. So let's have a look. 5-card reading. We're just going to look at the Princess of Wales, how she's doing right now, how she feels about Omid and Harry and Meghan, because we know that they indirectly informed Omid of just about everything. He has admitted that sus sources very close between him and the Sussexes were, where he got most of his stuff from, if not doing Google searches. So we're just going to see what's going on with her and how the public's going to respond to this latest attack on her, not her credibility, on her integrity, on her standing. This terrible desire to knock her down. They've targeted the king, and now Catherine. They really are going all out to knock the royals down one by one and try and absolutely demolish the institution, as they call it, by targeting the most important people in the institution. Really vicious, unprovoked. It's tarot. Oh, let's remind you that it's all for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion. It's all speculation. I read energy here, and it's archetypal energy. We're dealing with archetypal story here because we're dealing with an archetypal family, the British royal family. And disclaimer in the box below, we have the Chariot in reverse as our underlying energy. The Chariot is about drive and purpose and willpower. It's in reverse. It's about ambition, overweening ambition. It can be when the card is in reverse. It's trying to derail someone, trying to knock them off their perch. Basically, Catherine, of course, has been flying high, quite literally, as this card is when it's upright. She's been doing beautifully. She's been looking wonderful. Her projects are all maturing and starting to bear results now. She's much more confident. She seems really happy in herself. She seems really popular. She is really popular based on opinion polls. This is trying to knock her off her perch. It is, of course, also the major arcana for Cancer. That would be Prince William. A very angry Prince William in the background, but we're not really reading on him here. We're looking at Catherine's energy here. This attempt to really derail her, stop her, block her progress. Yes, I've said enough things about my personal opinion about the people who are doing this and why they're doing it. So let's just look at the cards and focus on the cards. That's our underlying energy. The situation we're dealing with today. We're dealing with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, quite literally the Catherine card. She is a Capricorn. She is an earth sign. Not quite queen yet, princess. Derailing her. Again, the same thing, trying to destabilize her, trying to diminish her, all her good works. The Queen of Pentacles is very practical, very grounded, very supportive, very generous, very true, very loyal. And everything is being done to diminish that right now. Turn her into somebody who's racist, somebody who's cold, who's mean, who's unfeeling, all the things she's been accused of in the book. I don't need to run through the litany of things that she's been accused of by Omid Scobie, acting on behalf. We all suspect, and he pretty much has agreed, the Sussexes in Montecito, Harry and Meghan, both of them. So there she is, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And how is she feeling right now, today? I'm sure she's seen this coming a mile off for a long time. How's she feeling? Seven of Swords. She's feeling betrayed. She's feeling as if people have really done something really sneaky, really unethical to her. It's a card of sneaky behavior, criminal behavior even. And what has happened in the Netherlands is all very dodgy. They're claiming it's a translation error and pulling the book, but it's the only version of the book that has this particular page, apparently, according to what I'm seeing today. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. It's not an intentional error. But that's the story that's going around at the moment. So it's odd that it's been claimed as a translation mistake where none of the other language versions of this book have that particular context at all. Apparently. So what is going on in the Netherlands seems to be pretty sneaky, pretty duplicitous. That's my opinion, and that's a speculation that is going around, that there is some degree of deliberation, of intention, sorry, that's a better word, intention in what has happened with this. Oops, we made a mistake, but now everybody knows the names without us having to navigate our way through British or English libel laws. So it's a sneaky way of getting around libel laws. Seven of Swords. She knows it. She's feeling like she's the victim of some kind of crime. Again, just reading energy, and that's the energy that's coming through for me. I'm not accusing anyone of actually committing a crime, but that is how it's coming across to her and to a lot of people observing what is going on, and that would include me personally. So what's her view of Omid and Harry and Meghan right now? How does she see them? Eight of Cups in reverse. This is a situation that for her is bringing enormous sadness that she can't escape. Eight of Cups is normally walking away from something that's very hurtful, very painful, putting it behind you. She can't. She's stuck in the situation. And she doesn't see an end to it. For as long as she's around and Meghan Markle and Harry are around, the situation is going to go on and on and on. Because, of course, Harry seems to be taking his wife's side in all of this. He seems to be equally aggrieved at the way he believes Catherine was cold towards Meghan, didn't welcome her in, was put out by having such a luminous, radiant being come into the royal family and threaten her status. That's the perspective, the Parkle perspective. It's not my perspective, but this seems to be what is at the root of all of this. And she sees it, and she sees that this isn't going to end. So in her private world, in her inner sanctum, how's she feeling? What would she really like to do? Not what she's going to do, but what would she really like to do? Pack her suitcase, sue, how would she really like to respond? King of Cups, she would like Charles to do something. She wants the King of Cups, who is Charles. She would like King Charles to actually calm the situation down, because the King of Cups is somebody who calms those troubled waters. There you can see the storm raging around, and he is the one in charge, and he is the one who should do whatever is necessary to defang the situation. And that's what she really wants. She wants the king to act to end this misery that is being piled on her right now. And it is piled. The Eight of Cups, very emotional, a lot of pain in that card that she's experiencing at the moment, coming from people, Harry and Meghan, well, Harry at least, that she used to really love and trust, I would say. So how's the public going to respond to this? There seems to be an enormous fatigue for Sussex stories, the woe-is-me-isms, the whinging and the whining and all the rest of it. But what are the public going to think of this story, going to think of Catherine? The moon. I think they're going to see it for what it is, because the moon is all the shadow stuff, all the projection. It's interesting that there are two people in this moon card. They're not normally, and they're entangled around this moon, and it's them, it's Harry and Meghan. People are going to see this. What the moon is about your shadow self that you project outwards, all your nastiest stuff, and it's all the stuff that's murky and dodgy and dubious, your fears, your worries, your mental health issues. The moon rules mental health. All of those things, people are going to see that this is a projection, so they are going to understand it. They're going to see a lot. They're going to see, even though the moon is about deception and fogginess and obfuscation and all those kinds of things, they're going to see that this is what is going on, that there is projection here, there is whatever is toxic in those personalities there that are entangled around the moon. People are going to understand that it's almost as if their impulses can't be controlled because they are being pulled by the moon. And that is what happens when you are unevolved, unaware. You haven't done enough inner work. You are subject to external forces, and your responses, your behaviors are controlled by external forces or your own inner demons and whatever. They're going to see it. That's a small consolation to her. For me, this is very clear that they're going to see that there are these two creatures who are unevolved, who are acting from their most base instincts, acting in the dark, acting in secret, instead of being in the light and saying, accusing her directly, you did this, let's sit down face to face and discuss it. Instead of doing that, they're going through all these shady ways of dealing, treacherous ways of dealing, in my opinion. And it's interesting, I keep being drawn to that moon, and of course it's Diana, and we know that Meghan is Diana too, and Harry believes that and all this nonsense, and she was going to be so popular, and it's Catherine who's ended up being the popular one. That's not how it was supposed to go. So hence this deception and this I've got to be careful, of course, this trickery that's been going on, that a lot of people suspect is trickery, that isn't what it's claimed. And the moon is hiding the truth, acting from fear, from doubt, from suspicion. People are going to see that, and Catherine feels it. She sees it with the Seven of Swords. She feels that she's under attack. She feels that what is going on is not ethical. At some level, it's not what people are claiming. It does not, possibly a translation error, and certainly the public is going to see these two as being up to no good in this situation. So I do need to remind you of the disclaimer in the box below, and I need to remind you that this is all just my personal opinion and that I'm just reading energy here. I'm not accusing anyone of criminal behavior. I'm talking about people's perceptions and how they feel things, how they perceive things quite different. But we're very clear with the Chariot in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse that this is a takedown of Catherine, trying to bring her down to ground level, trying to stop her progress. And she sees that, she knows that she's under attack with the Seven of Swords. She's very unhappy about it. She's very sad about it. She really needs the King to step in now, or step up and stop this, take charge, calm this whole situation down, because it's escalating into something quite dangerous and something quite toxic, and that is the Moon. And I think this is why people are watching this story so closely. Certainly for me, it's one of the reasons why I'm watching this story so closely, because I'm seeing the lunacy escalate, the danger in this situation escalate. The Moon can be a very dangerous card because people are acting out on their base instincts, their worst nature, their parts of themselves that they have repressed, that they can't acknowledge about themselves, and it's getting dangerous. The escalation right now is off the charts, and a lot of people are picking it up, commenting about it, expressing concern about it. You just need some crazy person to read all of this stuff and believe it's all true and decide that they are going to do something about it. And I'm not wishing it on anyone. It's in the energy though. It's in this Moon energy that people are perceiving. And people need to take care, and people need to calm the situation down. They really, really do. That is my reading. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.